Here is an easy, fast recipe to make the best chili. I use between 1.5 to 2 pounds of ground beef for this recipe. The first thing you're going to do is take a large soup pot and sprinkle a little bit of olive oil in there or about a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt. Coarsely chop 1 large onion. Add that into the pot and put it on low. Let it start to soften. And while that's cooking, I'm going to take 2 peppers. You can use any color pepper that you like. I usually like to use something bright and colorful like a yellow and a red or an orange. You can add green. It has a little bit of a less sweet flavor. It has a little bit of a sharper taste, I think. Some people might say it's a little more bitter, but I'm going to chop that up. I'm going to clean it out. And like I said, I like to make it chunky. You know, you can cut it smaller if you like. Some people don't like the veggies. I think this is a great way to get extra servings of vegetables is to add it to your chili. So I'm going to chop 2 of those up and I'm going to put them in the pot. And then I'm going to clean 3 to 4 cloves of garlic and I'm going to crush them and add them to the pot. But while I'm getting the garlic ready, I'm going to cover up that pot and keep that on low, medium low, mix it up and let those peppers and onions start to soften. I'm going to clean up my garlic cloves. I don't like to smash them. I like to just cut the ends off and then I put them in a garlic press and I press them right into the pot and I use a knife at the bottom of my garlic press to cut off the extra garlic, as you'll see in a moment. And I'm going to stir that in and I'm going to let the garlic cook in there for about 2 or 3 minutes because you don't want that garlic being, very raw. You don't want to overcook it. You never want to burn garlic. It's really bitter. It's a terrible taste if you burn it. So I do soften my peppers and onions first, and then I'm going to add the garlic in there and I open it up and pull out whatever's inside there too. You don't want to ever throw that away. You want to use all that good garlic. And then I'm going to cover that up and I'm going to just let that cook. Keep it on medium low. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my beef. Like I said, I use 1.5 to 2 pounds, pretty much depending on what I have at home or how much I want to make. And when your beef is a certain fat percentage, you may need to drain it. So I find that if I'm using a higher fat beef, like an 80 or an 85%, then I'm going to, some of that is going to cook out and it's going to get kind of watery. So I'm going to put it in the pot and I'm going to stir it up, allow it to cook. I put the lid on for a few minutes and then I'll take the lid off and I'll check it again. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to break up some of those larger pieces into smaller pieces. You don't want any like 2 big giant chunks of ground beef in there. And you'll see that it's going to start to get a little bit watery from the fat in the meat and the moisture from the vegetables. So after I check it a couple times and I feel like it's pretty well cooked down, I do drain it into my sink. I'll drain some of that out. And then I'm going to add my spices. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and a tablespoon of chili powder. And at this point, if you like it a little spicy, you can add some cayenne pepper. Sometimes I like to wait till the end to do that. And then I'm going to add 1/2 of a package of pre-made chili seasoning. That is my secret. That is what really makes chili good. I don't use the whole packet. It has a lot of salt, and I already put my own spices in. And, you're going to taste it and see if it needs salt. You can put 1/2 teaspoon or so, even up to a teaspoon if it needs it. But like I said, you want to taste it. Make sure your beef is all cooked before you taste it. And after I put that 1/2 package of chili seasoning in, I'm going to wrap up the rest of the packet, save it for next time, put it away. And then I'm going to add 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes, undrained. Just dump the whole can in there and mix it up. And once I add that all in, then I'm going to add 1 15.5-ounce can of dark red kidney beans. Again, undrained. Don't rinse them. Don't drain them. That is what makes your chili good. I'm going to mix all that up and then I'm going to bring it to a boil. I'm going to bring it to a boil and then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and I'm going to let it simmer for a long time. And that is what makes really good chili. It's got to really be cooked for a long time. And you can serve it over rice, over noodles. We like it over mashed potatoes with a little bit of cheddar cheese. You can add a little bit of hot sauce in there, however you like it. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Down in the description, you'll find the entire recipe. This chili is so good. You definitely have to make it. See you next time. Bye, guys.